It was Bobby's birthday. He and Alice sat at the table together. Bobby had a round face and pale skin. He had a rugged look and freckles on his face. He had long, straight, black, sleek hair. He had brown piercing eyes which was striking. He was very alluring, especially to Alice, who looked at him with her striking, pale blue eyes which sparkled. Bobby was wearing his favorite slip-knot t-shirt, a hoodie, trainers, hat and coat. Hey Alice, have you heard that Rage Against the Machine are playing next week? Said Bobby. Would you like to come? Alice had a round face and pale skin with freckles. She was flawless. She had brown straight, long, shiny hair. She wore a dark dress, the color of blood, along with jewelry in the hat. Bobby wondered why the pub was so quiet and peaceful at night. Usually, the pub was jam-packed. Bobby could hear the fire roaring in a burning blaze. He could hear the occasional clink of glasses. He was enjoying a crisp glass of cider. Listening to the low hum of people talking, Bobby and Alice heard a loud voice coming from a table next to them. I'm the fastest skier on the slope, they heard a man say. I left everyone behind, I was going so fast. So I ended up waiting for them in the Irish bar while I had a pint of cider. Joe continued. I don't believe him, Bobby whispered to Alice. And I think he's a bit of an idiot. You've got a good joke. Do you want to hear it? Bobby asked Alice. Great. I love jokes, laughed Alice. What did one tomato say to the other? You go first. I'll catch up. Alice laughed loudly. Bobby heard the sound of the rain on the windows as an old lady approached them eerily. Her bloodshot, beady eye watched something move out of the window. Her wrinkled, decaying face creased as she smiled creepily at Bobby and Alice. She had dirty, lifeless hair that reminded Bobby of gunmetal. Can you take this parcel to the house at the end of the lane? She asked blood-curdlingly, in a monotone, croaky voice, pointing out of the window to a narrow lane with a blood-soaked, clawed finger. Alice noticed her calloused, clammy hands as she laid the parcel on the table next to them. She put the parcel on the table next to them and left. She wore a threadbare shawl which covered a dark grey dress which Alice noticed was blood-soaked. Bobby and Alice walked out into the pitch-black night. It was as dark as a dungeon. They looked into the foreboding darkness that lay ahead. Alice and Bobby walked further down the narrow lane as they felt a chill in the air and heard only the sound of their own footsteps. They saw an ominous mist ahead. The shadows loomed like a ghost from a misty past. At the end of the narrow lane they came to a gloomy house. Bobby and Alice saw at once that the house looked derelict and suddenly felt uneasy as they approached. What they saw before them was deeply disturbing. There was a man, a woman and a goblin stood in the doorway looking at them. The woman had a round face and red cheeks. Her skin was dark. She had sleepy, blue eyes which were bloodshot. Her hair was curly. It was floppy and red as well. The man had red cheeks. His face was round and rugged. He had brown eyes. He had brown, short hair that was scruffy and curly. The goblin's face was wrinkly and lumpy. He had balls on it too. The eyes of the goblin were beady, bloodshot and dead. The goblin's ears were bony, callous and scaly. Suddenly they found themselves on the seashore. Look where we are, Bobby said to Alice. There were seagulls flying over them and boats on the water. When Bobby and Alice arrived, the seashore was still unserene. The first thing they noticed was the rocky and rugged coastline. The sea was as lifeless as a corpse, and was barely moving at all. The sea was as flat as a pancake, and everything seemed calm. The sky was blue and the sea was bright like the sun on a summer's day. When they saw the sea, the wave rose like the edge of their grave. The wave rose from the ocean like an arm trying to grab the waves. The wave crashed against the grey rocks. The wave ran after them at a terrifying speed as they turned around to flee. There was a frightening whirring noise. It was just above them. It sounded a bit like a helicopter. They looked up in horror. I don't believe it, Bobby shouted. Look out, Alice yelled. It was an alien invasion. The sky was full of alien spaceships. They landed on the beach and the aliens came out. The couple, the goblin, Alice and Bobby fought bravely. They all got weapons to attack the aliens with. Even a nearby shark joined the fight. It tried to bite an alien's leg. There was no hope against the aliens. The shark and everyone else fought bravely, but it was no use. They were caught. The aliens used their advanced technology and they were powerless to beat them. The aliens invaded the world. They made themselves the leaders of every country. All the people tried to run. They ran fast, but the aliens were faster. But it was no use. The aliens punished anyone who disobeyed them. Everyone was terrified. The aliens made them all slaves. They had to do everything the aliens said, including the goblin.